I like to call myself a guy who has got everything under control, who is cool, suave, collected, and knows how to handle his emotions. I rarely get worked up in public, especially in the presence of beautiful young women. Okay, that was a lie. I wish I could say that I'm in control of my emotions at all times. I wish I could manipulate my thoughts and convey my emotions in a way to get the maximum intended effects in any given social situation. I wish I was a social chameleon, being able to easily switch between my different personas reserved for different friend groups, associates, and family members to match the energy of the occupants inside the room. But this is just simply impossible. As much as I am in touch with my emotions and I'm able to recognize how I'm feeling, sometimes I cannot control my emotions. Sometimes my emotions lead me to places I should not have been. For legal reasons, I cannot disclose any more information, and frankly, as much as I acknowledge my inherent need to share myself with others, this information is just not relevant to the discussion, so I can do without it. But there have been a few, not many, but significant enough times at work in which I felt completely provoked, triggered, and taunted. My professional mask starts to slip, and the real Khoi is fighting to come out. And the real Khoi says it how it is. But instead of engaging in a healthy dialogue, I am no longer receptive to what you have to say. No more listening, it's my turn to talk now. Your opinion doesn't matter, I want to talk. So you better be quiet, you stop talking, I'm the one who gets a say here. I want to make a rebuttal to all of your comments. I want to tell you that you are wrong. I want to explain myself. I want to let you know of my values and how my values have been disrespected by you, how you have crossed the line and entered my territory. I want nothing from you. This is war. I just want to prove myself to you. I want to make it clear to you that I'm right and you are wrong. And no matter what you say, you're still wrong. I don't care about you. I just want to be right because you have apparently crossed the line. So shut up. You shut up and listen. I say all of this, of course, in my head. Although I appear cool and unfazed to others most of the time, I'm also a victim to the passions. Thankfully, I had not been involved in many altercations. Most of the time, I was the first to remove myself from such situations in which I felt had the potential to develop into serious injuries between all parties involved. Most of the time, I take the blow and retreat, and accept the injury on my part. In such cases, I do not get to have the final say and to explain myself, but I had to swallow my pride and walk away, like a dog with its tail between its legs. Accepting defeat, waving the white flag and calling a truce, even when I want to return fire, is painful to my ego. But it is a necessary evil to me, because peace, to me, is more important than getting back at another fellow human being. But how can I carry such burden on my heart? I'm sure most of you have experienced the same thing. Someone or something might have triggered powerful emotions in you that you don't even know you are capable of possessing. And these little things can often ruin your entire day, which might have been spent in service, with you being a productive member of society or you engaging in meaningful tasks in your life. Imagine just a little insult, a little inconvenience, a little trespass committed by another soul can ruin your entire day. A day which has been so good up until that point. And you not being able to get back or get even with those causing you to feel this way, and for you to even surrender first to the offender just to avoid conflicts. How do you deal with this? I personally struggled hard with this. Thankfully, you do not have to harbor these negative emotions. One thing you have to do though is acknowledging that they are there and deal with them rather than burying them deep within your psyche. Because if you do not process these emotions and make meaning out of them, when you least expect it, perhaps on another day with the same triggers, with the same people or circumstances, these dark energies will reappear and cause lasting damage to your social, professional, and even private life. When I sense such strong emotions in a given situation, if appropriate, I would normally excuse myself, say that I have to do a few things urgently and go outside. This isn't socially unacceptable. I do it all the time, with so much subtlety that people just think I'm going for a smoke or going to the toilet. By the way, I don't smoke. Talking has always helped me, but when time is poor and there's no one I can talk to, I just need to breathe. And if I can't say how I truly feel to such party, then I don't want to listen to anyone for 5 minutes. Usually that does the trick for me. And afterwards, when I have time, I would call the crisis hotline. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Often these services are free, and if you call within normal business hours from 9 to 5, you are most likely going to get someone picking up the phone in 5 minutes. Then, when someone picks up the phone, I just let loose. I just let it rip. Unload your hatred, frustration, anger on a poor soul on the other end. The best thing about this is that it's free, and those who answer your call are licensed therapists who have been trained to deal with nutcases like myself. And guess what? You and I probably have a genuine need for this service. Me personally, I need this to be able to give back to my community, to be able to serve and help those in need in my line of work. I need to be well first. I am not abusing the system. If anything, I create more of an incentive for the government to put funding towards mental health services. That's how I justify what I'm doing. And you better be assured that your information remains confidential. Of course, don't be silly and say things you don't actually mean. Otherwise, you will end up in the emergency room for a mental health hold. Don't ask me how I know this. As always, if you're still listening, I hope you're doing well. Stay strong. God bless. I love you all, and I have complete faith in everybody. Peace.